The Good Party will be launching its manifesto with the party leader Patricia leading that. Newzroom Africa's contributing politics editor Vuyo Mvoko is standing by. Where Vuyo, this is going to be done a little bit more differently, whereas filling up stadiums, they're actually going to be filling up meeting rooms on Zoom.
Very differently indeed, Dudu. The leader of Good Party, Patricia just went past, speech in hand, ready for that 10 o'clock launch, which is going to be virtual. An interesting choice of venue as well. But to explain it all to us is the party's Secretary General, Brett Herron. Brett, good morning. Thanks very much for your time. The choice of Liliesleaf as a venue for your manifesto launch.
Oh, good morning. The choice is really based on the reality of South Africa, that although a lot has changed, the struggle to get to where we are today should not be forgotten. So we've achieved a lot in South Africa, but there's still far too many South Africans who are struggling and suffering. Their lived experience is not what we imagined pre-1994 and during the struggle to get to 1994's elections. And so today we're honoring those who struggled, sacrificed their lives, sacrificed their time spent in imprisonment. We honor those heroes and heroines of South Africa's democracy, but we remember the past in addressing today's struggles.
Well, someone says, well, let's be real. The struggle, yes, it was a worthy struggle. It was worthy fighting. But right now, people are struggling with the most basic, of issues. It's about poverty. It's about unemployment. What do you say to that?
Absolutely. That's why our policy manifesto that we launched today is rooted in the reality that people are suffering. That despite the democratic achievements over the last 30 years, we still have too many people who are struggling, and the struggle can be related, suffering can be related back to low economic growth, high unemployment, and deeply entrenched poverty. And so we'll be addressing those crises, remembering that for many people they have not tasted the fruits of the democracy, that the people who were arrested here 40, 50, 60 years ago we're fighting for.
And could you not have brought together people at a bigger venue where you interact with them, where you would deliver your message in person, so to speak? Why did you choose to gather here as the top leadership and a few volunteers, and then connect with the rest of the people virtually?
Well, since we were formed, we adopted and embraced digital technology and modern communication methods. And so this is not the first time we've launched our manifesto through a live stream, but this is the first time that we have watch parties throughout the country where thousands of our members are gathering across the country in town halls and in people's homes to watch the launch of our manifesto. We're living in an era of easy digital communications. We preach ICT and communications as one of our solutions to addressing our economic growth crisis, and here we are embracing that technology in order to communicate with our members, our supporters, and the people of South Africa who tune into our social media platforms.
You're not worried about the optics of it. People say you couldn't fill even a small venue and decided to go this route instead, and them deducing, from that you won't be able to gather, the numbers, so a vote to your party may just be, for your party may just be wasted.
Not at all. We know that around the country, in every province, there are several watch parties being hosted by our teams, our councillors, our regional organisers. So we're probably reaching more people than many parties reached in trying to fill stadiums or bigger venues. We have been promoting this manifesto launch on social media. That promotion has reached over 1.4 million people. So we're engaging with South Africans those who may never be invited to get on a bus to go to a stadium, and our members are sitting in town halls and homes around the country in their thousands watching what is happening today.
Without necessarily going into the detail of it, which we're going to hear in a few minutes' time from your leader. In the main, what are you fighting this election on?
We're fighting the election on the lived reality of South Africans today, 30 years post-democracy, the reality of suffering that is abnormal. It is abnormal for the amount of people that are unemployed. It is abnormal for people to be starving and unable to access food, to the extent where they actually kill their family, as we learned of a mother in the Eastern Cape. It is abnormal to live in a shack for your entire life. It is abnormal for people of means, of affluence, to drive past what they see every day and not find it disturbing and offensive. So we are connecting with the lived reality of South Africans 30 years post-democracy who have not yet experienced or tasted the fruits of that democracy and who suffer every single day in an abnormal society.
Right, Herron, thank you very much for your time. He is, of course, the Secretary General of the Good Party. In a few minutes, Dudu, we will be inside there listening to the party's leader, Patricia de Lille, delivering that speech that launches the party's manifesto. For now, it's back to you in studio.
Thank you very much, Vuyo Mvoko.